What is this? Introducing new project Mugen Si. But today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite products and doing a review, lithium trim restoration cubes, on this episode of Car Savant. Welcome again to another episode of Car Savant. And as we mentioned, today we're going to be doing a review on one of my all-time favorite products, the trim restoration cubes by Lithium. But as you can see behind me, this beautiful Fiji Blue Pearl Mugen Si, one of 1,000 examples. These weren't numbered, so it can be a little difficult sometimes, but this is an authentic Mugen Si, and have a couple surprises on it to talk about as well. So the 8th generation Honda Civic Si in particular was a great generation of cheap, reliable sports cars. You know, they did have a few issues though, one of which was major clear coat issues on the stock paint. Unfortunately, the majority of this car has already been repainted, so the clear coat is in absolutely beautiful condition. But another one of the big problems on these was the trim, and especially this cowl piece. If you can see, you know, surrounding the wipers, really the whole front of this is super common on the Civic. They fade very badly. The same is true even with this molding piece that goes up the windshield. It goes all the way around the back. Every Civic of this generation I've seen has issues with that fading. Now, around the windows in general and on this lower molding piece, these hold up a lot better in general, but we will be coating every exterior black rubber piece with the trim cubes, and you will be amazed at the difference that will make. So looking at this cowl piece again on the Si, and if you notice, the color is a little bit better in this lower portion. You know, it's not exposed to the elements as well, but overall, these pieces were bad with fading. So what we're going to do first is we are going to prep the surface. Now, this is already a fairly clean surface, but what we're going to do is take some rubbing alcohol, go over it, really make sure that there's no contaminants before we coat this. So what I'm using is this 91% isopropyl alcohol. You can get this in pretty much any grocery store or auto store, and this is what we're going to be using to prep the surface. Let's see how it works. Now, I just poured a bunch of this on a brand new microfiber towel, and that way, you know, this is going to dry almost immediately. That way, if there is any contaminants on this, we'll hopefully get them out. That's also according to the instructions on the trim cubes as well. So make sure to really have a clean, well-prepped surface before application. All right, here we have it, the lithium trim restoration cubes. And if you notice at the top, 250 washes. This is some serious stuff. I've used so many different products over the years on black rubber trim, bumper trim, and everything looks good for a very short time. There's hardly anything that keeps it looking good for anything longer than just a few days. This here, I've tried it already on a couple cars, and I've been blown away with the results of it. Now let's see how this will look. So here's the individual package of the trim cube, and these are well packaged. I'm very pleased with the quality of this. It says right on here, warning, this is a permanent product. Please read all directions before proceeding. So that it is, like I said, very impressive product. Now let's get it on the car. All right, here is the trim cube. And as you can see, a pretty good sized cube. This is like pre-soaked with the cleaner / protectant on this. So let's see how it works. Now it's going to take a few times going over it to really get the color restored back. But look at the change already. Really looking good. So what a difference. I went over this probably 2 or 3 times, scrubbed it in, went through the whole cube, and made quite a difference. I also did these pieces going up over the roof as well, but huge difference. Piece looks brand new now. The old faded piece, was looking really noticeable. Look at this piece here. Looks very nice. Very happy overall with this. Should last quite a while. The other vehicles I've used them on still look as good as when I applied this, so solid product. Hats off to Lithium for making such a good product. So stay tuned for many more updates on Project Mugen Si. As you can see, it has a Craftworks supercharger. We'll be talking more about that. It's going to be tuned soon, and we'll have that for you as well. So thanks for watching this episode of Car Savant. Greatly appreciate it. See ya.